No, I think this is quite a day because you're going to see winners win. What a cliche. Winners win. But Nvidia was down $2 this morning on story out of commerce that somehow they were going to be involved, and they do have good China business of a kind of a, you put a governor on a electric bike, you can't go fast. They have a governor on the latest Nvidia chip, and they were selling that well in China. So maybe that somewhat. But the fact is that you just keep distancing yourself from the crowd if you're Nvidia. And I still think, and you're going to have Ben Regis on this morning, right?
Yes.
I think he's going to speak very positively about Nvidia. He has been the other guy. What? What's so funny?
It is funny to your guy's point about special micro. When you read about a special committee, typically you think a committee is people. But in this case, it's Susie Giordano.
How about AI? Was there Agentics?
I don't know
involved?
if she was assisted by AI, but the special committee is comprised of Susie Giordano. She's an independent member of the board of directors of Supermicro, an experienced attorney. She joined the board in this last August, to lead the special committee's efforts to review the matters outlined above. Perfect. Independent from any existing directors. So yes, the special committee was one person. That said, again, I would refer people to a press release I'm still going through, and I'm sure others are. They do note lapses, including ensuring guardrails were always in place and observed, because the company's chief financial officer had primary responsibility for the process of rehiring certain employees. He had a responsibility for process lapses. Guys, it goes on from there. I'm not going to go through it all right now, but you can see the rebound that's taken place in Supermicro shares. By the way, this has been going on for some time after the plummet that took place when Ernst & Young said, we're out of here.
Well, I mean, there's also been the interlocking people on this board and relatives on the board and all the deals that have been made are just ridiculous. And I think that this is not necessarily going to be the end of the situation. I think that there's needs a further house cleaning. Look, I'm not saying it's going to be a special committee here, but when Ernst & Young resigned, that's not been cured. I mean, they did bring in another, they brought in with BDM, but I think that it's a longer term thing. It's like, it's not done.
Right.
It's not done.
Special committee, as in Susie Giordano, did not see any evidence suggesting anyone at the company tried to circumvent export control regulations or restrictions.
Which, of course, was never in doubt. I mean, that was like a canard. That was never the issue.
Might be diverted to a prohibited end user location. That's one part from here as well. They are getting a new CFO, as we said, appointing a chief accounting officer, appointing chief compliance officer, appointing a general counsel, expanding the legal department. These are all measures recommended by the special committee.
Well, that's positive.
Or I should say, Susie Giordano. Well, the special commit. What do you call a committee?
Committee of one person. Committee of one.
Thank you.
We've seen that's a CBS show, along with Fire Country. Committee of one. Do you see that? Committee of one. They the Mangolds fire.
You're holding a meeting of the special committee. You go into special chamber.
No, that's tracker. That's tracker.
You want. Yep. Although, do you have to do it in a special location as a special committee? And you talk to yourself during this.
Well, I'm telling you.
And you say, Susie.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? And
Tigers.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it was a robust discussion.
Yeah, well, Agentics was. They have to bring Agentics. Agentics is neutral.
With a stunning surge in its stock price that few could have anticipated, Nvidia is making waves in the financial world. This rise is not just a fleeting trend, it's a testament to the innovative strides the company has taken in the realms of technology and finance. As we inch closer to the end of the year, investors are buzzing with one burning question. Should they dive into Nvidia's stock while the waters are still warm? This wave of interest is fueled by Nvidia's unprecedented track record and the thrilling prospects its innovations present. Welcome back, everyone, to Investocracy.
I think people should recognize is a lot of this is their AI business. They're talking about exiting fiscal year with $6.7 billion in cumulative orders since Q1, a backlog of AI systems, $3.5 billion. This is right to Nvidia. Now, Nvidia's stock has stopped going up. I don't know why, but when you look at evidence like what Hewlett Packard Enterprise is doing, you feel pretty sanguine about it.
Nvidia's been interesting in that even with all these lofty expectations, some of the scuttlebutt this week was that Rubin might actually be ahead of schedule and might be able to allow you to incorporate some more aggressive numbers for 25. That name it doesn't look back, it seems, Paul.
Yeah, the interesting thing here is people assume that it's egregiously overpriced because the stock did indeed triple in 23. It's going to about triple this year. So how can it be cheap? Well, in the meantime, their earnings and cash flow have grown much faster than that. So on a PEG basis, right, price to growth rate, I still think NVIDIA is reasonable. It's not cheap. I think it's reasonable. And I think it's more reasonably priced than some of the other better named tech stocks that people have kind of lured themselves into because they see relative value opportunities. I don't get that. And the Blackwell chip, what you're referring to, yeah, they might have some manufacturing issues in the first quarter. But the interesting thing is they're so far ahead with the technology that if they have any manufacturing stall, it is going to just delay sales that will come to them on the other side. It's not like they're going to go to Advanced Micro Devices or Intel, the gang that can't shoot straight. They'll be just fine, even if they end up having a manufacturing delay. And hey, we're all human beings. That may happen at some point.
Just to go back, Paul, it's just striking me what you said a couple of questions ago. Every fresh new dollar you get goes to Nvidia or Amazon. Is that what you said?
No, I'm just saying that I have a much broader portfolio, including the cast of characters that you're familiar with. But if money was to come today,
right,
I'm really going to only be aggressive with those two names among the Mag 7.
Let's dive deeper into the meteoric rise of Nvidia in the stock market, a tale worth telling for its intrigue and implications. From its humble IPO on January 22nd, 1999, to the global titan it is today, Nvidia has dazzled investors with an average first quarter gain of 19%, showcasing robust performance year after year. This journey from modest beginnings to industry leadership reflects a company that has consistently pushed the envelope of innovation. Remarkably, in 14 out of its 25 full first quarters, the stock has boasted a double-digit percentage return. It's almost like Nvidia had a crystal ball hidden in their headquarters, predicting exceptional quarterly gains year after year. Oh wait, they don't need a crystal ball. They've got Jensen Huang and his team leading the charge with relentless dedication and foresight. But before we go any further, if you want to keep up with Nvidia's latest updates and keep up with the stock market's latest news, you can follow our Twitter account. We post multiple times daily about the biggest changes and catalysts in the market. So click the follow button if you don't want to miss the newest market updates.
How about that? And we've been showing this all week, the diverging paths of software versus semis in the market, which really started about 6 months ago in a narrow way and then started to extend itself in the last couple of months. Is there a message in that? How do you view those spaces if you look at it from that granular a level?
Well, I don't usually go that granular, Scott. I think in terms of the AI revolution in general, the story, the narrative is still intact. It has the potential to be a game changer for productivity. That is very, very good for stocks, whether semiconductors versus the chips. And we still don't know. I mean, there's more than one firm that is entering. I mean, you take a look at a little weakness in Nvidia today because of potential competition. We know there always can be competition. There always has. No one has stayed on the top of the heap forever, if you look at history. But it doesn't mean that this story has ended yet. And as I mentioned, the narrative is still very strong.
Recent years have seen Nvidia smashing expectations with astonishing resilience and growth, particularly in the context of an unpredictable market environment. The most striking first quarter performance occurred last year, with the stock soaring an impressive 90%. This year, it tops the charts with a staggering 82.5% gain. Such figures could make anyone reconsider their definition of bullish. However, it's not just about the short-term achievements that stand out. Nvidia's long-term investment portfolio is just as impressive. In 17 of 23 three-year periods since its IPO, Nvidia has delivered positive returns, demonstrating their ability to sustain growth over time. For those with the patience for a 5-year wait, the results are a jaw-dropping average return of 551% in 19 out of 21 periods. One might say if patience is a virtue, then Nvidia is its greatest reward, offering strategic investors a potent mix of growth and innovation potential. Yet the past performance, as glorious as it sounds, might not be an accurate crystal ball for what lies ahead. Historically, Nvidia thrived under lower interest rates and without the fierce competition from rivals developing their own GPUs. But before going any further, if you made it this far into the video, thank you. These videos take a lot of effort and time to make, so if you enjoyed them, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This goes a long way in helping us grow. That said, back to the video.
Well, it's almost like, though, no matter what part, let me use this analogy, of a car, you need metal for it. And the metal, in your case, is these chips. I know you have a relationship with NVIDIA. Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, just came on the Clayman Countdown a couple of weeks ago after earnings. And here's what he said about all the people, all the companies lining up and putting in orders. Listen, and then we'll respond.
Our demand is greater than our supply. It's hard to at this moment keep capacity and infrastructure available for every one of them. And so we're working super hard to get there as fast as we can, which is the reason why we're ramping Blackwell so hard.
Can you tell me what kind of shipments you've gotten of the Blackwell chips, which are the newest ones?
So Blackwell is in transition as we speak. And I quoted yesterday that our current backlog, as a couple of days ago, is more than $3.5 billion. And more than 1/3 of that backlog is Blackwell, which we expect to fulfill during the early part of 2025. Because as Jensen said, he's trying to ramp that capacity in the manufacturing to fulfill all the demand. So we are already have Blackwell receipts in our supply.
Okay.
And then we're going to convert that backlog into revenue as we enter 2025.
So, should you consider adding Nvidia to your portfolio before the year's end? While historical performance suggests a resounding yes, future prospects appear just as enticing and are engulfed with an air of excitement. Nvidia stands on the cusp of potential major breakthroughs in AI and computing, against a backdrop of historical success and future speculation. The possibilities are vast, and the implications of being a part of this journey could be profound and rewarding. With the advent of the Blackwell GPU and ongoing innovations, the future seems bright, potentially even brighter than the past. The current position of Nvidia's stock showcases its resilience and innovation in a competitive market landscape, reflecting its capability to adapt and thrive amidst changes. As you mull over the decision to invest, remember that Nvidia is not just betting on what's now. It's investing in the potential of tomorrow's technological frontier. The opportunities in AI and computing are vast, and Nvidia seeks to harness them to redefine boundaries and capabilities. Now, what are your thoughts? Is Nvidia a part of your investment strategy, or do you view the landscape differently? And finally, if you would like to know what companies like Nvidia have been up to these past few days, go ahead and click on the next video on your screen.